Eventually, I want to have a community, a whole mentor group, which will provide one-on-one support to the customers, and then have this grand vision for the dashboard itself. So the ultimate dashboard will be a dragon.
Welcome to the even early stage startups podcast with Beeso Studio. We interview pre-seed and earlier companies to give them an opportunity to talk about the problems that they're solving, the traction they've made so far, if any, and why they're the right people to execute on that opportunity. Each episode is only 15 minutes. Let's dive into it. Hey, thank you for joining us. I would like to get started by just allowing you to introduce who you are and what the startup is that you're working on.
Hey Craig, thank you for having me. I'm Lakshmi. I'm an engineer. I was born and brought up in India. I moved to Australia and I'm now in Australia. I have worked in startups and in the corporate world for over 10 years. And I started experimenting with my own startup ideas since 2018. So it's been like 4.5 years. The theme of all my startup ideas is around human happiness and human well-being. And the idea I'm working on now is TooledUp.Quest. And this is the most solid idea I've ever worked on. And I'm very confident about it because the first startup I started was the same idea. And this product is very similar, but the features are different. So TooledUp.Quest is your accountability partner in a dashboard. You'll be using TooledUp.Quest for continuous personal development and productivity. The three main features of the product are a century sprint, journaling, and a dashboard. So in this century sprint, you'll time box your efforts to develop an art form or to get a project done. It could be like building your MVP and releasing it at the end of the 100 days, or you could just develop your writing skills or drawing skills or NFT making skills. So things like that. It can be a defined goal or it can be a freestyle, just skills-based development. And in the journal, what you'll do is you'll be noting down your mindset and your developmental skills, the growth of it, and then you'll also be journaling your gratitudes. So basically, the idea of this journaling is to enable mindfulness and help you be more present in what you're doing and remembering the good things, the good parts about what was happening to you when you are invested. Oh, you start your century sprint by answering 3 questions. What are you doing for the next 100 days? Why are you doing it? And how will you be doing it? So it's basically getting you to focus, giving you clarity, and then reminding you every day. So it's like slowly ingraining the grain of discipline in you. And the dashboard will show your soft skill development and also your real tool set skills development. So it's like I give you the tools in the dashboard, you give your effort and your commitment, and then both of us work towards your development. So that's TooledUp.Quest. Thank you.
Wonderful. So why do you feel that this is the right time in the market and for you to be tackling the problem that you're solving?
Great question, by the way, separating why I'm ready and why the market's ready. Getting to the market first, I think we are already in an extra uncertain time. Factors are we are coming out of the pandemic. We are like, is it going to be remote work, extra time work, full-time work, reduced hours work? What is that? And then the economy, we have already stepped into a recession. And is it going to be a job loss or is it going to be more jobs? What is it going to happen? And also the mental health climate is like, I don't see improvements at all. The happiness index is still low, and anxiety, depression, and OCD, ADD, ADHD, and all of this is still like huge amongst the millennials and the Gen Zs. And also talking about millennials and Gen Zs, we are continuously learning. We must be continuously learning because we are going to be changing careers. The stats say at least 6 or 7 times you're going to be changing careers in our lifetime. And also the marriage rates and the breakup rates and number of singles is the highest at this point in time. All of these factors are just going to influence the mind, negatively. Like, we're not going to be having a clear mind. There's going to be confusion. Insecurity is going to be high, which is not really aligned with the expectation from this generation, which is learning and continuously improving efficiency of performance and staying in the moment, present, all that. So, like, to minimize the disparity in our mind and enable learning better, I think this is the right time to try this product. And I why is the right time for me? For me, I think, given I've spent 4.5 years working on this idea, I have seen how a shallow approach to this problem can make the product die, can kill the startup. And also, I kind of was using this product for myself without knowing. And then when I realized, I was like, this is the idea I want to work. So what happened was, I was working on my other startup early last year, and then I had to develop my long form writing skills to market my content for the startup. So that's when I realized, okay, let's start doing long form writing development. And I told myself, for 100 days, I'm going to be writing something. So I did that. And at the end of those 100 days, I published a booklet called Intentional Habits. And I was like, it not only helped me develop my writing skills, it also helped me understand a lot about myself and what I was doing, and a lot about the external world. And that's when I realized I am not the right founder fit for that idea I was working on. I was working on a supplementary app that will help people have better dating lives and better relationships. And I was not the right person for that. I haven't been on one too many dates. I did not have too many relationships. So I sucked at it. But I realized I am good at making this skills development thing. And
Yeah.
I did not break my sprint. After 100 days, I continued writing. So I'm close to my 300 days of continuous writing as of today. Naturally, the product came to me, and I understand various dimensions of our lives influence our productivity. When I speak to my customers for customer discovery journeys, I can clearly say, yes, I know it. And I have an engineering, I have a master's in actuarial science, I've worked for a startup as a first generalist, and I think I have the skills.
Yeah, no,
I'm ready.
that's
I'm
wonderful.
ready.
It's always nice to meet people that can actually build the things themselves. That's a huge advantage, and also just like combining that with your own personal passion and like journey of learning there, I think is really important. Where are you headed? What is kind of your goal with your startup? Are you trying to raise money? Are you kind of interested in going that route, or are you treating this as a smaller project, or kind of what's the scope of your goals and what is the next step?
Oh, the scope of the project is like very grand. This, the vision
Good.
of the company, the vision of the company is to expand the scope of civilization as such. Definitely, I am raising money. When I mean expanding the scope of civilization, what I mean is decoupling our life's quest. Like, I believe life is an adventure. We are in a search. We are finding for something. And it is about that adventure and spirit for life, keeping it alive. There is so much to civilization, not just paying the bills and having things. So that's the scope of my grand vision, which is very fluffy. But for TooledUp.Quest, yes, I'm fundraising. In the next 3 years, I want to have 10 million in revenue, which means anywhere between 50 to 500 new customers every day. And the product is like a tiny blip of the full product right now. The MVP is just the century sprint on the journal and 2 dashboard metrics. But eventually, I want to have a community, a whole mentor group, which will provide one-on-one support to the customers, and then have this grand vision for the dashboard itself. So the ultimate dashboard will be a dragon. each person's dragon will be unique, and the dragon will be a reflection of the user metrics. So your mindset skills, your soft skills, and your toolset skills will paint or color your dragon. So the stronger your discipline, the stronger your perseverance, the stronger your clarity in mind, the more vibrant, the more colorful will your dragon be.
I love that.
The more, yeah, and obviously when you're not regular with updating your journal, writing your journal, or when you're not feeling 100% about yourself, your dragon will be obviously grayish, blackish, and it'll be sad. And when your tool set skills are like on fire, like you can pick up UI UX skills, you can pick up some testing skills, you can pick up some freehand drawing skills and all that, then your dragon will be flying, breathing fire and whatnot. So obviously, if the NFT market is still alive in 5 years from now or whatever, and if TooledUp.Quest is achieving all these, then each person's dragon will be their own unique NFT. So there's flexibility there.
Yeah.
The product can jump into Web3, or I can stay in Web 2. So it depends. There's flexibility.
Yeah, I like the vision there. I think, it's smart to have kind of a couple different paths there, because who knows where that market's going specifically. But thank you so much for sharing kind of your vision and where you're at now. How can people find you if they're interested in learning more?
The website is TooledUp.Quest. So TooledUp.Quest with a dot in between. And you'll find, that's the landing page. Sign up. Please sign up. Join us. It's a fun group. The first cohort of users have already begun. And my blog is also there. I write for TooledUp.Quest on Medium. And I think my Twitter icon is also on the website. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Go Global Lakshmi.
Great. I'll put the links to that down below. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Craig. Awesome talking to you. Have a great one.
Thanks for listening to the Even Earlier Early Stage Startups podcast with Beeso Studio. Check out the description for links to the startup that we just talked to, and to find links to sign up to be on the show if you're just getting started and want to tell the world what you're working on.